Objection! Bubba Wallace. Luca, hello. I'm gonna turn this down in my ears. This looks like the correct volume. But there might be some changes as we go forward. Hello, good morning, good time zone. Oh, I gotta still do Instagram. Hold on. You get to listen to me. I don't usually go on Twitter, but today I did. I was like, it's a new game. It's a beautiful way. Don't let it get away. How's that go? All right, here we go. Instagram, it is I, Miles Edgeworth. Just kidding. It's me, Comfy Catboy. We're starting the new Ace Attorney re-release today. There's a court. If this courtroom doesn't get you pumped up, then I don't know what will. I always move over to the how you say, to the iPhone that's like looking, that's got the face stuff on my Instagram. Go, baby, go. Link to my Twitch. You got this. Boop, 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 boop. All right. Putting my telephone. Putting my tea. Oh, my tea is like empty. Ha. We got a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna run. I'm running. Hello, I have tea. I did it. Oh, a minute? It's time to go to court. It's time to renew my driver's license in court. That's how it works, right? Oh, that burp snuck up on me. Excuse me. Oh my god. I hope you're all having lovely days. I'm so excited. I had to wait a bunch of days to play this because it came out Friday. You know what else came out today? Is the 1.0 release of Satisfactory. I didn't know that was today. But sheesh, I love that game to pieces. Are you ready? I don't think you're ready for this jelly. It's me. I'm a jelly. What flavor? Purple. I got my badge. I'm ready to go. It's beautiful. I love it. I hope you're all having the loveliest day. I had so much energy, and then I sat back down, and I was like, I like ran to go get my tea. All right, babies. I'm so excited about Ace Attorney. Do you like Ace Attorney? Is this your first Ace Attorney game? I hope not. I've played quite a few of them. The only one I don't own on Steam now is, well, I guess there's only these three. Is this a 3 collect? Well, no, it's 4. Because there's the original trilogy starring Phoenix Wright, and then they put out the Apollo Justice trilogy, which is not really a trilogy about Apollo Justice. Cozy! You ready to listen to Attorney Mysteries? Hell yeah. Yeah, so this one's like more we're on the case. Because in the lore of this game, like the prosecutors also kind of are detectives. It's a little strangely ambiguous. I hope your day's going well, Cozy! So listen. Let's just get going. It's covering up on the side. If it's covering the text, I'll fix it. But here we go, babies. We're starting with the first game, the one that doesn't have a 2 at it. Turnabout Visitor. Ace, hello. Your Honor, he's just vibing here. Vampire Rose, hello. Episode 1, Turnabout Visitor. I gotta think of a lot of voices. March 14th, 1:16 a.m. Where? To make sure the defendant is found guilty. What other choice do I have? That's the job of a prosecutor, after all. Is this Miles Edgeworth? That may be true, but why? Why go this far? That's not Miles Edgeworth. Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough. But a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. No matter what the cause. No! Who's that? Who could it be now? Ooh, they animated that arm, didn't they? It's that guy! It's spiky hair, sides hair, man. I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been, always will be. But what's your name and address? March 14th, 2:05 a.m. Prosecutor's Building, 12th floor, Holloway. Oh, look at these updated graphics. He's so cute. It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. The door is unlocked. I hope there's not been a murder inside. Detective Gumshoe? What's the smell? It's very familiar. Blood? Does blood have, like, I guess I haven't ever smelled, like, that much blood. Does it have a smell? Roar! There's a dead body behind me. What the? Whoa! What's the meaning of this? I don't know. Freeze! Who are you? It's a bald shadowed figure. Identify yourself. Shut up! You got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. Whoa! Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. It happens all the time. You gotta be... No one's ever gotten away with it. Not even me. I'm leaving. Goodbye. My name is Miles Edgeworth. What a gauge. And I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrusted into a multitude of cases and some very frantic and busy days. Yeah, you gotta turn the lights on. Where's Gumshoe? Give me Gumshoe. It's now 3 in the morning. Forensics. I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well. Please continue your investigation. He's doing the finger waggle thing that he likes to do. He's like waggling it up and down a little. It's like kind of jello-y. Yes, sir. Pop, 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 pop. I wonder if I can, am I able to... Okay, so these are the updated graphics. We're going to use the updated graphics, but I'm curious if I can change it. No, I guess I can't change it in the middle of the game. That would be a little crazy. Let's save. Sailor, hello. How are you? Yeah, we're saving. We're doing it. What if something happens? We've only just begun. Okay. Pop, 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 pop. Ah! Yay! Mr. Edgeworth, sir! You okay, sir? I like the model. Thank you. My avatar? My VTuber model? I appreciate it. Neko, hello! Does it mean I'm less comfy than comfy? Yeah. Legally, by definition. Give it down, detective. This is a crime scene. When I heard that a murder had taken place in your office, I ran up here straight away. This is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct, and the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. He's just the detective on every case in all of wherever they are. You look a little pale, sir. I don't think I can keep up this voice. This voice is gonna kill me. What if we give Gumshoe... You look a little... I just won't shout about it. You look a little pale, sir. You hurt. His name is... Is this your first Ace Attorney game? Yo, you're in for a treat, Sailor. Oh, my goodness. No, I'm perfectly fine. However, Dick Gumshoe is the best. Ah, look what they did to your office. It's totally trashed. Arr. I'll say the culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office. Whoa, sounds like you're getting really burned up over this whole thing. This crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it. Ho-ho, that's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. Yeah, we gotta solve cases in this one. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched in the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, start with the resub! Boo, 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 boo. Thank you so much. Hello, good morning. 40 months! My understanding base attorney doesn't extend beyond hold it and objection memes. Yo, you're in for a treat. This is one of the games where we're not going to court, I think. I don't think this one has, like, court. It's just investigating. It's a different kind of vibe. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? Crime scene in my office. Is it really coincidence that the murder took place in my office? Woo! Put it in my brain file. I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind. The frick you mean, nuh-uh? Court doesn't exist? Not in this game, I think. Because in the regular games, you're going to court and having legal battles, but I don't think you do that in this game. I played the original when it was new, but that's the only time I played it, and that was like 15 years ago or something. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? No, not really. Especially because of this. The key to your office. For security reasons, this office's door is a lock built. Yeah, it's a door in a place. What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Is there... Okay, hold on. Is there... Is there no... Okay, I need tech skip to be on. I need it. It's not going fast enough for me, even though I'm reading it aloud. 50, yeah, I don't know. Let me see. When did the first Miles Edgeworth investigation come out? 2009. So that's about right. That's actually exactly right. I think I nailed it. Out there solving cat crimes. Who took the laser? Where's the red dot? Where's the red dot? Cat stuff. Get it? Do you get it? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Logic? By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. Who took the treats? So how do you use it? I don't got much brains at all. First, I recall the information we've gathered with Q, and then I connect them together with T. Thank you. Now, to use Q and recall the fact. Yeah, I can use Q. Roar! Alright, crime scene, my office. Okay. The office key. Connect. But I can get hurt by fucking this up. Wow! For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks, which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as mere coincidence. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir. There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? Why did this happen in my office? What was the killer after? You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Gumshoe did the one to use logic. Makes me think of his head is weird. Bar shirts. What was that? I don't remember that. I try to trick my cat into thinking he's caught into it, but he's too goober brained. I love it. Yes, well, when you follow leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. But if I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic should flow like so much wine from a cup in a different game that is in the past. God, he's such a meathead. They made him so meat-headed. But they're also, like, kind of cute. Like, they've got somewhat chibi proportions that didn't look as strange pixelated, but in this way it kind of does. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir! Boo, 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 boo! Hell yeah. Cat stuff by Emerge. It's from Game Grumps Pokemon. Oh. I see. The basis of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir. That's Gumshoe. I know that, and when I want to examine something, I simply use space when I'm next to it. Oh, if you ever feel lost or want to talk, just use T, okay? And even if you don't feel lost or want to talk, I'm here, sir. I'm here to talk as much as you want. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. I'm not lonely or anything. I just want to be there for you, my good pal, Miles Edgeworth. It's me, Gumshoe. What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon, maybe? If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. A gun? Yeah. Care to enlighten me as to where? Oh, Gumshoe said that. Oh, I know! I was issued the exact same model, I think. Detective. I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. But now that I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. Hydrate, you got it. I don't use mine much, except in emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it. So it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by the precinct's detectives. Woo! Information. All right, I can run. Okay, I don't have to use the controls. They finished photographing the body, so it should be all right to examine this area. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and or cranny. Oh, okay, that's suspicious. It says right behind me. It says like gun. Hold on. Where's this? Where's the software? Can you see that? It says like gun or gum or something. Here I am. I'm back. Did you miss me? It's me. Comfy Catboy. I don't believe it. I packed those files on those shelves so tight that not even an earthquake would make them fall off. But just look at them. At this rate, the rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all. A problem to be sure. Once the investigation is over, we'll put them back up on the shelf. Whoa, wait a minute. That's not the part that I was concerned about, bud. He wrote on there with bloody fingers. Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. In other words, he was shot. Yeah. Yep, but until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene. Are you going to be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all. All right, if you say so. I keep all the evidence I find either in or on my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece I have but to press E to open my organizer. But the organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand in it too. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. I'm gonna press E. Wow, look at all these facts. That's crazy. Okay. What else do we got? A wallet? What do we have here? Hey, I think I've seen one of these before. It's a police badge. It's a police badge, detective. Oh, hey, I have the exact same thing, actually. What a coinky dink. Let's take a look inside. Buddy Faith! Mr. Buddy Faith. It would appear that our victim was a detective, just like you. Woo! I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to calmly use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. Okay. Let's do a puzzle! Alright, why did this happen? Okay. So I think it's just this and this, right? Why did this happen? Why was the killer? What was the killer actor? According to his badge and ID, so these two things must be connected. Or it's that or the gun. No! Alright, maybe it was his gun. Is it different? I guess maybe these. Wow! That's not how puzzles work, just by the way. You can't just jam them into each other sideways like that. You'll break the puzzle. The revolver, the standalone model used by detectives. Could it have belonged to our recently departed? Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time? Yes, sir. On it now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see. What do we got here? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. This guy's wearing a gun holster. So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. You mean assume that this gun is a murder weapon? Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver. Oh, we got a 3D mode. As I always say, you gotta look really carefully at each piece of evidence. Crimson, how could you? Hello. Do you like my detectives, my prosecutor badge? Just by the way. I put it in my video. Y'all, if you listen. I made a video where I read every one of these characters. I should make that its own button, but not today. Posture check, hydrate, head pats, thank you. Trinity. There's no such thing as a bad end. Okay. But I can also use the mouse and stuff. Okay. Alright. To think that it's so easy to take a life with just the pull of a trigger. You know, I could never see myself really liking guns. Oh, but I love the ones that use at track and field meets to start races. If you take off before it's fired, everyone always ends up following your lead. To chase you down for a false start, detective. Now that you mention it, even when I finish first, I always wind up in last place. Alright. Alright, detective. He's a detective, after all. The horse part. Oh! It's a 5-shot. Do five shooters exist? Police issued 5 shooters? Looks like only 1 round was fired from this. Wow, so the killer killed the Vic with just 1 shot after wrestling the gun from him. Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? We have no proof for now, but that is a distinct possibility. Goodbye, Star. Have a good lurky turkey. Going to TwitchCon? No, probably never. TwitchCon is extremely expensive. I think it's like hundreds of dollars for a ticket, right? Hold on. TwitchCon tickets. If I go to the website, I don't know if it's too late to get tickets. I'm not getting tickets, but I just want to know what they cost. Tickets. Yeah, a 3-day pass is $239 fucking dollars. Like, fucking get about it. Jesus Christ. I also don't really care about TwitchCon. Cozy and I are way more into just anime cons, which sort of at their most expensive cost about 100 and change for a weekend pass, but that's, you know, an extreme. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. Looks like the bullet passed clean through his... Oh, wait, I already read this. I read this part. No. Okay. I appreciate... Oh, I haven't... There's more to the wallet? Oh. I should have read that maybe, but he was just goofing. All right, more books. Your files all over the floor, sir. They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, and I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. I mean, this place just rendered all the... This just rendered all the time and effort I put into pointless. I feel like I'm having, like... The way this is written is kind of, like, throwing me for a loop a little bit. I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room. Well, I watered the flowers every day, just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I'd come in and clean this place until it sparkled. Does he have a life? All right. If you were wondering, does Gumshoe get clowned on the entire game? I think the answer is decidedly yes. I guess this is about all we're going to find out. We should send the body to... Jim! Oh. Why, oh why, how could this happen to a guy like you? Are you all right? Don't touch me! Leave me alone! Just let me be! That's the murderer. He did it. We just saw him do it. Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. The
body? The body? Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh.
I don't know if this is his voice for sure. I don't know this guy yet.
Look at him. Jim looks like he's just turned in for the night.
Sure. Just in a bloodstained suit, pal.
Where are my manners?
Aren't you that prosecutor?
Why, I guess I am. I'm Jacques Portman, prosecutor. Jimmy was my partner in crime, busted.
I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I am also a prosecutor. Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir.
So you're Miles Edgeworth? I guess this is your room, your office.
Yes, that is correct. I could send this to you, but it's too far for me. You're gonna go you're gonna go to SawCon? Oh, send me a postcard. Hope there's not any nuts there to get socked on. Then
it was you! You're the one who killed Jim.
Hey, don't go jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay?
I will not. I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them. And only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office door.
That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? So the only one who could get in here was me. Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means.
So it was you then. You're Jim's killer.
No, wait, pal. You got it all wrong. Everyone calm down. Fuck, I tried. I got him. I mean, come on. Come on. You gonna get me with a SawCon? I'm not... Cozy Cat Girl is a sweet summer child when it comes to certain parts of the internet. But not me, baby. Not me. I know... I've known a thing or two about the con with all the saws in it, right? It's like a carpenter convention, or what are we talking about? Everyone calm down. Mr. Portsman, correct? If you are a real prosecutor, you should know how to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions?
All right, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hard-headed sometimes.
You're not a fan of conventions? Man, they're so much fun. I love them. Help me. I believe I've been exposed to asbestos. That both me and my family are now entitled to financial compensation. Train buff? I can't help you with that. You gotta call a lawyer. And not like... I can't prosecute you. We're only prosecuting today. We're not defending. This isn't that kind of game.
You sure are one cool customer, though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor.
Oh, dang it. Call Gumshoe. Yeah, call Gumshoe. Gumshoe will at least help out.
You're something of a legend, you do. Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? How about a handshake to seal the deal?
A pleasure to work with you. He's just twitching. Like TwitchCon.
You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on then. It's your room after all.
Thank you. I intend to.
I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there!
Sir! Yeah, there it is.
I want you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim, who I definitely didn't murder. That's crazy.
I wonder if this will be important evidence later. I should probably give them some space. Okay, I'll investigate other shit. Do you have anything to report? Oh, yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. Talk about a contradiction. Something out of the ordinary, huh? I should look around a bit more. The chessu board. Wow, she even knocked over your chess set. Had it all set up, ready for when you got back. I figured we could play a few games. I had no idea you were interested in chess. I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try. In that case, I suppose I can set some time aside after we solve the case. That's so nice. Though I don't expect the games to tax my mental acuity much. That's not so nice. Come on. Come on, baby. Give Gumshoe a break. He's just a little guy. He's a very big guy, but... Escape does not get me out of menus. It's very hard to get used to. Space it was. Ah, your jacket, sir. What's it doing on the floor? It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well. They dared to shoot the ultra-special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in. What if they had shot through it? It would have been a disaster. It's not worth getting worked up over, Detective. Not when there's something more here. Huh? Like what? I take it you haven't noticed yet, Detective. There is a giant contradiction here right in front of us. Yeah, the gun, listen, the gun only shot one bullet! But the guy, the Jim got shot. So, how is it, what gun was that with? Really? Tell me. Impress me with your big fucking brain, Edgeworth. Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him, he who must not be named. But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. Yeah, maybe the big fucking bullet hole. This is it. The bullet hole is where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should point my cursor at it and press T. Whoa! When I found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things. Only one shot fired. Present! Eureka! This one doesn't have objections because we just sort of eureka about things. This bullet hole is the contradiction. What do you mean, sir? It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. Excuse me. The first felled the victim, and the second felled this frame. Hey, that's right! However, this gun was only fired once. Hey, that's true too. Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight?
Wow!
Yeah, call Gumshoe on the phone. Call him, please. Ring a ring. I wonder what Gumshoe's ringtone is. By the way, I noticed something, sir. Yes? What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame? That. It's a secret safe. It's a secret safe? Oh, I smell money. I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way. Roger that. Achoo, achoo! Talk about dusty. I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while. I had no idea there was a safe here, or I'd kept it clean for you, sir. So when did you put this thing in? It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one. Really? I had no idea. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence. Sky Jellyfish, hello! How are you? Welcome, welcome. How are you? Happy Wednesday. We're playing detective game. And, well, it's prosecuting game. It's making fun of Gumshoe game. You know what? I feel like tragically, we can't see Gumshoe at all. So let me... Oh, this is wrong. Hold on. So let me fix it. Yeah. That's better. Okay. Alright, then we can see Gumshoe's beautiful face. I forgot that they're all off to the side. So what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth? Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial is in session. That's it? Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams. But we gotta open it. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Yeah. Now this is odd. You found something, sir. Oh, excuse me. This keypad. Don't you find it a bit too clean? Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself. You there, the forensic scientist. Yes, sir. Could you please dust this area for fingerprints? You got it, sir. I couldn't find them, let alone lift a single print. Looks like it was wiped down well. Secret safe data. As I thought. It appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have. Yeah. What do we got? I like that you can just sort of do this at any time. What was the killer's goal and the wiped fingerprints? Connect them. Doodle-doo. Yay! I believe I figured out what the murderer was after.
Well, what is it, sir?
The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. Theft, maybe? I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about this crime. My files, motive theft, signs of a struggle, maybe. Like, why was all the books knocked over? Yeah! There is a possibility that the files splayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer.
Oh, you mean like it could have been from when the killer tried to find something, sir?
Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna shelve files like you've never seen before, even at a library.
Sure. Let's give that a try.
Why do all the good ones always have to die young? You surely must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't know why I've given him sort of a Mickey Mouse voice, but that's what he's got. No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth.
And so what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth?
First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place.
You got it! Here, let me help.
No, you get away.
So this file goes here and that book goes there. You sure know a lot about where things go.
Oh,
You sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal, okay? Done. I'm a detective, and that's what I do.
Whoa! OD got banged. It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here.
Ugh, the bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh. I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. And then the guy fell onto the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out.
Detective, I don't have time to deal with your weak stomach right now.
Yeah, but you know I'm no good with blood, sir.
I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture. Yeah, maybe it's the bullet hole.
So this is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh?
For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a file spine indicates that the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred.
But I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 sets of handprints, also. The victim's handprints. He must have tried to support himself with his hands here after being shot, except that doesn't really make sense at all. Backwards? Well, maybe.
There are prints on the floor, too.
Those must have been made when, unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor. I don't know.
I put them all back, just as they should be, sir. Doesn't look like anything's missing.
Although it does look like the killer moved the body to flip through my shelves. I wonder if they found what they were looking for. Is everything in the right order? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A, B, C, A, B, C, D, E. Okay. I don't know. The floor ones? It appears the victim was in a sitting position here after being shot.
Oh, that's why the seat of the victim's pants has blood on it.
That would be the logical conclusion. Okay. Gotta look at his butt now. The killer moved the body because it was leaning against the bookshelf. The blood on this guy's pants proves that...
The blood on the guy's pants proves that pretty well.
In a sense, I suppose.
See, I'm not completely useless, Mr. Edgeworth.
Nobody said you were, Matt. Calm down, Matt. What have I missed? How's the music, by the way? Can y'all hear the music pretty good? It feels low to me now, but it was loud earlier. Is that everything? What do I need to do? Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. Hold on. What is my... Let's check my evidence. I don't actually know. So, 1 shot fired. It went clean through the abdomen. Oh. Well. Yeah, I mean, I feel like he must have been sitting when that happened. I mean, I guess. Uh-oh. That was wrong. Oh, you don't see? Oh, okay, okay. That looked like... that felt like a wrong thing. Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be higher up.
Or if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir?
That would be illogical. The victim leaned against this shelf here after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot.
Well, that means... Wait, what does that mean, sir?
It means that you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, alright, Edgeworth. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What was the faulty assumption that caused this problem? The order of the files. I believe the order of the files. Yeah, 0 should go before everything else.
You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir.
Oh.
Yeah, you see here how the files that were shot begin with the number 0. What are those doing all the way down here, there after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird.
Actually, the way they are organized now is the correct order. They are exactly as I see them in my mind's eye.
But the numbers are all out of order.
Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred.
Aha, so that's it.
I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you did, detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out.
Aha! Do you think it'd be okay to prop the body back up to how it was before it was moved?
They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe.
Wow.
As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith, and then put the files back in numerical order, I guess. Oh, that was Gumshoe. Exactly, and then proceeded to shoot the victim.
But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time?
Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime, but why? Alright, thank you, Luca, also. Now the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look. Yeah, what about fucking this thing that I looked at earlier that you seem to ignore?
This.
There is one missing. It looks like it's supposed to say Gumshoe.
What is that? Why does it say Gumshoe on there in blood?
I'd say that's some incredibly incriminating evidence.
Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed.
No, wait, there's gotta be some mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me. Say something, sir.
It appears that one of my files was stolen.
Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation?
Is this what the killer was really after? Oh, he propped the body up over this. That's right. To hide it. Yay! All my brain health is back.
Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. And this most important message managed to reach us.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party.
If you are going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up.
Jim's words, they're more than enough, wouldn't you say?
If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning.
You got it!
I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. And there must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you gonna do?
What I always do in court, I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in this logic with this technique. You don't cross-examine. That's literally not what the prosecutors do at all. Ow! How could you? On my birthday? How could you do this?
Whoa, how do you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir?
You sure? Alright, first I listen to the witness's testimony. If I find a flaw in the testimony, something that contradicts the evidence, I open my organizer with E and present the piece of contradictory evidence. To present something, I simply use T, but that's old news.
But it's not like there's going to be a flaw in their testimony every time, right?
Correct, and at those times I need to press the witness with Q. Sometimes by pressing, I can draw out new information and new or modified testimony.
I think I get it, sir. I'll be sure to try this technique out during investigations, too.
Very well, I'll even show you how it's done. Now watch carefully.
Woo!
Argument, Mr. Portsman's logic.
Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gum from him and shot him dead! Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice. It's me, Mickey Murderer Mouse.
You intend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer.
I can hear Jim's voice and he's calling for his killer's arrest.
Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portsman? There is no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here.
I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence.
Yeah! Yeah! Let's go, Edgeworth. Hell yeah. Gamers.
Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gum.
All right, present.
Hold it!
Or hold it. I like how they only have the the DS like voice samples, so it sounds so much lower quality than everything else. You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask.
What is it?
Why do you call the victim Jim, when clearly his name is Buddy Faith?
Isn't it obvious? Jim is the perfect name for my companion. Jacques and Jim. Don't those two names go together like peanut butter and jelly?
But Jim isn't even close to the guy's real name.
Well, Jacques and Buddy just sounds off somehow. Besides, he was the third of a bunch of guys I decided to nickname Jim.
He talks about the victim like he was his pet.
Further, you...
Oh, no, go back.
You messed up the files.
Yep.
Hold it!
It sounds so bad. Your voice for Portsman sounds like the character from Chapter 2, The 1,000-Year Door. Which character? Whomst? Probably. It's sort of just Mickey Mouse-ish.
Oh, boy! Oh, boy, Mickey.
I mean,
Donald.
mean,
Goofy.
do you... What do you think of that voice, everybody?
Oh, boy!
Do you really think it was necessary to dishevel my shelves twice to do that?
That's true. Okay, then maybe his real intent was theft.
Hey, are you accusing me of stealing something from Mr. Edgeworth?
It's a possibility. Maybe your salary's been cut so much that life is getting a little too rough to handle.
I'll have you know that I eat 3 square meals every day, pal. Okay, so all 3 of them happen to be instant noodles, but...
Poor Gumshoe, dude.
Poor thing, what an evil prosecutor you were paired up with. What a motive, no.
Oh god, that's gonna get me every time.
Hold it!
It skips immediately. And why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing?
Because the body was getting in his way. He had to mess up your bookshelf somehow, right? Anyway, but thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding.
Hold it!
Why do you think that the killer didn't notice the bloody letters?
The body was covering it quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how he missed it. But judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something.
What do you think you are? Or who do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal.
There's a lot a person can understand about another from first impressions alone.
Can't say I disagree with him on that point.
Why don't you say something, sir? Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
See, I feel like the funniest, most relatable parts of the original trilogy with Phoenix Wright are the Gumshoe moments, and this game is all Gumshoe moments. So it's we just get to goof around and meme on him. He's got a bandage on his cheek all the time. Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective to be the culprit. Poor Gumshoe indeed. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters, and I can prove it with evidence.
Couldn't ask for a better setup for the game finishing spike.
Okay. So...
Hold it!
Oh, I haven't been pressing. Oh, no, I have been pressing. Oh God. I pressed the wrong button. No! Oh, I can hold the buttons down and it just goes. Okay, wait. I need to go back. And present? Yeah, why would they be upside down? You didn't notice it? Yeah, that doesn't really make any sense, like, at all. But I'm not 100% sure, like, what... I mean, they're still there. Like, they're not covered up enough. Let's present this.
Objection!
G-Mama, hello! Unpack it. Oh, did you just get back? Oh my gosh, hell yeah. Mr. Oh, is that wrong? Alright, let me just press everything. Excuse me. Okay,
Hold it!
that's the last statement. Are you saying that those letters were intended for you?
Yep, Jim was an outstanding detective. I would expect no less from our former partner.
It looks like Mr. Portman still doesn't understand. He has yet to figure out the true meaning behind the bloody letters.
What are you sputtering over there? Can't you just admit my logic is perfectly sound?
Actually, there's a gigantic flaw in his logic, a gap so wide that even the good detective can spot it. Now to clue Mr. Portsman in by presenting him with some evidence. Am I crazy? Okay, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. You messed up the files to make it look like you committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that... Well, yeah, but thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters. Okay, I mean, like, this is the only thing that I and many others sort of don't like about these games, is that, like, sometimes you kind of understand, like, what the problem is, but it doesn't, like, really make sense. Because, like, hold on. Let me just save this game real quick. Let me just... Okay, because I feel like we gotta... Oh, but it was stolen. But okay, wait. Yeah, that was the deal, because the book was stolen. Yeah, okay, that's what it's asking. So we'll present this photo instead. Because the culprit took it. He couldn't have not noticed.
Objection!
That doesn't make any sense. We got there. Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portman, but there is a serious flaw in your logic.
Ha, bring it in a bit in the courtroom and...
I need to, like, give myself some red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. I'm, like, slurring. I'm drunk, you guys. Just kidding.
Bring it a bit in the courtroom into this scene. No problem. I'm game.
I can't help but find it odd.
Excuse me?
Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office.
What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking. I get it. Ha ha ha.
Henry, hello. Just the middle portion, huh? Welcome. Yeah, that's right, Luca. If you have the time to laugh, and you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file?
What? That's impossible!
What's impossible, Mr. Portman?
Nothing.
The files on that shelf are all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner, I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spine.
Objection!
It's possible that they could have taken the file before committing the murder.
I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters in the detective's name, where the file should be, is proof. Yeah, I mean, the S is gone. There's only half an H. If Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case, I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in blood on the files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood. Gasp! Yes. Which means what exactly? What does that make this dying message? It makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering with the crime scene. That's so low! I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir.
I'm gonna get him, sir. You'll see. I'm gonna have them under arrest in no time.
Well, Mr. Portsman,
Ha 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 ha! Brilliant! Absolutely splendid! Logic deserving of Olympic gold!
I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed.
Meh! You win some, you lose some, and that's how life goes!
Glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive.
Ah, but you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however.
What is it this time? Are you still after me, pal?
Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office?
That would be me. But Mr. Edgeworth just proved that I'm innocent, pal. Whoa! What the hell?
That's a high collar he's got.
That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence.
Then why do I sense that you still have something to say? Smiles are needed today. We love you, G-Mama.
Boop, 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 boop. Well, I was thinking, did you know that there is one other person with a key to this office?
One other person?
Hey, you there!
Yes, sir. What is it, sir?
Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me?
Is it Franziska? Francesca? What's her name? A lady.
This girl is a member of this building's security.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe is it Old Bag? I forget I played this game, but I forget every part of it. I don't really remember literally anything about this game. Except that you walk around, and I only played it the once.
Think of her as a material witness.
Security? Did you say security? No, stop it, pal. Don't.
What's wrong with him all of a sudden? Is it Old Bag? Oh, no, it's Maggie Bird.
I believe she needs no introduction. I have called upon Miss Maggie Bird, a member of security.
I love her. She's so cute. She's like got bird stuff going on. So one of my favorite things about the American experience of Ace Attorney, just real quick, is that so when the first game came out for the DS in America, because I think in Japan they came out for the Game Boy Advance, but they gave it a small, new fresh coat of paint and released the very first Ace Attorney game with an additional case. So instead of 4 cases, it had 5, and the 5th case sort of made use of some of the 3D, or just the DS's 3D technology. But it also took place right after they just added a case in the timeline, like kind of right after that the 4th case of the game happened, right? So it involved a lot of characters that I don't remember what sort of was thought about first or whatever, but like Maggie Bird was introduced in that game, and I don't know that she's been in any other game since. Maybe that's incorrect, but she's got a Blue Badger shirt. Come on.
Detective Gumshoe, sir.
Maggie.
Miss Bird is a security guard on watch tonight.
I see, and your point is?
My point is that she could have very well used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open up all the doors in this building.
What?
If you are not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Bird. How dare you! I would never sneak into someone's room.
That's right. I refuse to believe that Maggie's a culprit, pal. It was me. That's right. I did it.
Can we take that as a confession, Detective?
Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, you'd have no problems with that, right?
Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theatrics.
Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here. That girl is the only one who could have committed the crime, and for one simple reason.
What reason is that? Tell us. Hurry.
It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe is the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message.
So you're saying she used the master key? It's a master key!
Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say?
That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well.
That was then, this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me.
I thought you were a prosecutor. What if there was anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key? Seems that the only way to get Mr. Portsman to give me more details is to press him. Oh, I'll press him all right. I'll press him into a knuckle sandwich or something. I don't know. All right.
Hold it!
Hold it! Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key?
There's only one person on the staff this time of night, and tonight she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird? That's, true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir.
Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean?
Yes, moving on. I hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated.
What do you mean unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal.
But you can't really trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time.
Should I hear Miss Bird out? Yeah, of course. Not so fast. I, too, am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say. I like this because there's no judge to prevent us from doing things.
Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies.
I'll be the judge of that. Miss Bird, if you please.
I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 a.m., sir.
What do you mean by missing?
As in, it wasn't in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it.
Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you?
I can't believe that something like you would be taken in by such words. I'm not lying, sir.
Objection!
Yeah.
If that's the case, I'd like to know, why do you have the master key now? I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir. Ha! A likely story. And where is your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it, and then found it again. I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that.
Pen, hello! I smell like car, like good car, like nice car, like new car.
It's usually because someone stole it, if something disappears.
Yeah, pal. Trust me, you don't want to test just how bad her luck is.
Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive.
Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth.
But... You still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Her motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe.
It is as Mr. Portsman says, Detective. Going to bed. Good stream. Love you too. Let my dulcet tones lull you to sleep. It would be more interesting if they didn't show the killer. Yeah, so they only do that for the first case in these games. So it's like, I feel like it's just like, hey, we really want you to understand what it is that you're doing. And I think in every game they typically show you who did the first crime, so that you can kind of go in with like at least that much evidence if you're like new to the series. All the other cases, like this case is also going to be pretty short, all things considered. So all the rest of the cases, it won't do that. I can't ignore the fact that the evidence points towards a motive of theft, but I'm done taking blows. Are you sure? You can't just say that on Twitch. It's Twitch.tv. I'm gonna get TOS'd. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own.
Her intent for the messed up shelves of the wiped down safe. I'd say thievery.
It's pretty obvious Mr. Bird snuck into your room using the master key. Can that be true? It's a master key to every office in the building. Okay. It let me look at it. But there's nothing spoopy to look at. Nothing interesting. Mr. Bird snuck into your office. Yeah, well, okay. Let's keep pressing.
Her intent for the messed up shelves of the wiped down safe, I'd say thievery.
I don't think she's supposed to know about the safe, though. I concur that the culprit's motive appears to have been thievery. However...
Glad to hear that the great Miles Edgeworth is in agreement with little old me.
However, in regard to the investigation of the bookshelves and safe...
Hey, good thinking asking for my opinion on the matter.
Oh. Well. Okay. I think I'm just gonna present it. I guess. Oops.
Objection!
Yeah! Yeah! Me in bed right now. Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something?
Why not? It's the truth after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyways.
That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe, the existence of which is only privy to prosecutors.
Ah!
I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was part of her cunning plan.
But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down.
I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted.
No!
He's pointing his medal. Yeah, even I didn't know about that safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either.
Then are you proposing that the killer is the prosecutor?
The killer is a prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now?
Hi, curses, why? What made you?
What's with the angry face all of a sudden? I'm an idiot. I couldn't have known that it was you that did it.
It's all my fault.
What do you mean?
It's Jim. He knew.
Oh, wait. About the existence of secret safes.
What did you just say?
We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret safes.
That means...
Yeah, no, I had only just told him to. Obviously, it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't believe it! But the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim.
Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief?
And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Bird!
Excuse me?
I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing him is going a little bit too far, even in your risky profession.
What the? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder?
Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it?
No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that, not even as a security guard, sir.
Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have a key to this office.
Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key.
Ah!
Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us and lose. Well, unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him.
Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief?
I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense.
Has he no honor?
Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out?
What? You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Ah, but I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You're all suspects to varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run the show.
Listen, pal.
Stomping his feet.
How many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit.
Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself.
But sir.
We have no choice but to accommodate his request for now.
Ha ha! Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you could remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful.
Mark my words, Mr. Portsman, we will meet again.
If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now, don't disappoint me here.
Stop with the jacket stuff. To be continued, oh my god. Little jingles. I love Ace Attorney games so much. Oh, excuse me. Do y'all have a favorite Ace Attorney? Yeah, talk about it in the hallway, baby.
What's with this prosecution? I can't believe how rude he was. It was unbelievable.
Please maintain your professionalism, detective.
I'm gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocence. You'll see, sir.
Craves the spotlight too much.
But we've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir.
Edgeworth!
True, but then, so what now?
It looks like my life's falling into yet another gigantic ditch.
She was on the hook for a murder in the 5th game, too. But she didn't do it. This is spoilers. Do not despair, Miss Bird. We can overcome this as well. My love! Hi, Comp. Oh, hi, Cozy. Hi, Cozy. How are you, Cozy? No, I'm just playing a basketball game. There's no Edgeworth here. It's just I'm just playing hoops. Not to be confused with Coops from the other game. Do not despair, Miss Bird. We can overcome this as well. There are many other places and things we should be looking into anyway.
Really, sir?
For example, this hallway. The linchpin of this argument against Miss Bird is related to the master key. In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information regarding the mystery surrounding my door. Boop, bop, boop, beat. Thank you for the work, Lurk, Alex. Yeah, let's look at this biscuit bowl. Oops. Oh my god. Yeah. What is a basketball doing here?
That's Mr. Portman's prized possession, sir. I heard he also plays soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis.
Oh, there's Gaspin Payne over there. Or the other one. Winston Payne. You can't see him. I'm in the way. I'm sorry. Not a single one of those sports is suitable to be played in this hallway. There he is. Look at him. Oh, shit. I'm still in the way, but it will work when I talk to him. Looks like you're in quite the pinch, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, just prosecutor? Oh, my God. Hold on. I keep having to move. But I'll do it. Oh! Chat's in the way now. Well. There you go. There he is. He's talking. Wait, maybe I can, Maybe if I cheese it. You can, like, kind of see him, maybe. A little bit. No, you can't see his face. Oh, there he... Oh, yeah, there we go. His little head is going boop, boop, bop, bop. Okay, all right. Wow, wow. Okay.
Looks like you're in quite the pinch, Mr. Edgeworth.
To be sure, a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter. We must find, apprehend, and punish the killer accordingly, post-haste.
Sounds like a messy case you've got on your hands. If you ever feel lost or need some advice, my door is always open.
How gracious. I will keep your offer in mind. Who is this guy again? He doesn't know who he is. But he is the tutorial prosecutor. That's so funny. Is everything all right? We're very close. I am very close to this detective. I'm really close.
Yes, sir. If you must know, I weighed myself this morning and I'm finally at 154 pounds.
Congratulations, but I was asking about this hallway in this room.
Oh, everything's okay, sir.
A word of advice, stay focused or you may start to lose even more weight. What? Oh my god. What is the buttons? Spacebar. Oh my god. I keep pressing E. What is a basketball hoop doing here?
Hey, didn't this used to be just outside next to the building a long time ago?
So when and why was it moved indoors?
I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently.
Drag it?
I heard that it wouldn't even fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it up himself.
All the way up to the 12th floor? That's so silly. Alright, let's go into this guy's office. This office.
1203. 1203. Hey, Maggie, whose room is this again?
It's Mr. Portman, sir.
So he's my new neighbor, I see. I suppose he moved in while I was away overseas. Can we not go in? Okay. Oh, now I can run. I'm running. This is a threat. We're being threatening. Okay. Is that all? Wait, what's this? There's the binder. There it is. I would rest until I've expected every suspicious note. That's pretty suspicious.
So this is the missing O series file, sir.
No doubt about it. The bloody letters mark it clear as day. There seems to be a few pages missing. Our thief took only what was necessary and left the rest behind.
So what are these zero files about, sir? I guess they got something worth stealing in them, huh?
Not particularly, just a collection of court case files. However, the cases within these files are not mine.
Huh?
They belong to the high prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them as they were.
Well, that means the thief must have also wanted the file for a specific reason, right?
It would seem so. Only the pages related to that case from 10 years ago are missing.
I wonder why anyone would care so about such an old case.
Okay, but... A well-crafted, high-quality sofa for visitors. The stitching is excellent.
Talk about a luxury waiting area. These babies are also great for napping, you know.
You would sleep even out here, Detective, in a hallway.
Whenever I do, I always wind up dreaming about giving testimony up on the stand. But it always ends up the same way. Me getting trounced by a lawyer. Isn't that awful?
Maybe I should give it a try sometime to envision myself winning naturally.
To take a nap.
Is there more? I bet the thief's not under here. I guess there isn't enough space for anyone to hide under here anyway.
I mean, if someone could really contort themselves to fit, I'd be really impressed.
Sounds to me like someone has already tried at least once before. Oh, okay. So, like, okay, wait. So, evidence? E? I want to look... Well, I want to look at it. I guess it says gumshoe, but... I thought maybe the spine... Oh, God. I thought maybe the spine would say something else. So, I guess I have to piece some shit together now, is the deal. Files in disarray. Okay. Do I need to talk to her? Oh, I guess makes sense. I was wondering if I may speak to you for a bit concerning this case.
I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a dream where I'm being cross-examined by the Miles Edgeworth.
I can't let this chance pass me by. I must remember to ask her about the master key. I should jog her memory by showing her my notes to her with T. The victim. Have you ever met the victim before?
Well, I've seen him a couple times before when I had to go to Mr. Portman's office. Mr. Faith was always playing basketball with Mr. Portsman, sir.
That sounds like fun. Just once, I'd have loved to play with them.
Sounds fun, but the only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portsman. All Mr. Faith ever did was pass him the ball.
Well, second thought, I don't think I'd fit in all that well with them.
Tell me about yourself. It's Maggie Bird, correct? I take it that you are an acquaintance of the detective.
She was under my supervision back when she was still on the force, sir. One day she got caught up in a murder and things started going downhill, so she quit.
But I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. Or so I thought until a few hours ago. Right before I was about to clock out for the night.
You got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct?
Don't worry, my whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Since I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. What the hell? I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods. Failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. And now I even managed to be named a criminal just when I become a security guard.
That's a lot to go through in one lifetime.
I know, and just when I thought I finally found my happiness, I wind up getting you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck.
You don't need to worry about me, Mr. Bird, nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask in return is for your cooperation. Her life is sad. Everybody is a caricature in these games.
Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. You can count on me. I'll do all I can to help.
All right, so let's present her with the master key. Oh my God. Present. So when did you discover that the master key was missing?
By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 a.m., sir. And I noticed it was back around 2:30 a.m. I was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. But I'm sure that between those 2 times, it was not just gone, but stolen, sir.
Why is such an important key stored in such an insecure place?
It's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room, away from the window.
Always, you say, except for this time, correct?
Well, I admit that was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it at the time. It was after I had used it that I left it sitting out on the ledge.
She used the master key. Let's ask her about it. What did you mean by you used the master key?
Oh, I had to use it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key. I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right?
That's so cute. Come on.
Ah!
What is it?
That's right. I just remembered the prosecutor. It was Mr. Portsman, sir.
What? Please tell me more, Miss Bird, quickly.
Forgetful Mr. Portsman.
It was around midnight. Mr. Portsman had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir.
And that's when you loaned the master key to him.
No way, it's against regulations to loan the master key out to anyone. I walked with Mr. Portsman to his office, opened the door for him personally, sir.
I see. And then what happened after that?
Well, he called for me to come close up his office as he was leaving to go home. And that was around 1:30 a.m., I think.
So in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight.
Talk about suspicious.
I doubt you can say that you've never left your keys at home, Detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portsman's store. Yeah, baby. No, baby. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking granny. 1203. Room 1203. I take it this is Mr. Portsman's office.
Yeah, you can't mistake it because of that basketball hoop, sir.
Oh, that reminds me. Mr. Portsman had actually wanted Mr. Portsman had actually wanted room 1202 really badly. But since you were already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him in the next door.
So why was Mr. Portsman so particular about getting room 1202?
I'm not sure, but I bet it's something because of his birthday. Like, his birthday is...
Oh my god. I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday is December 2nd?
Yep, that's gotta be it. I can't think of another reason why.
I can think of at least 3.
Fuck, why am I even wasting time thinking about this?
Alright, let's look at the door. The door is locked tight.
I bet the old credit card trick wouldn't work here, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
This is the office of a high prosecutor, Detective. These doors would be pretty ineffective if the average cat burglar could get through them.
Aha, so I guess only a great cat burglar could get in. That must be who our culprit is.
Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you brought it from. The door, a minimalist yet classy door, made of top quality wood.
It's kind of majestic, too. Fits in really well with the ambience of the prosecutor's offices. Even Mr. Portsman seems dignified just because he works behind one of these.
Nonsense. A man doesn't become more or less dignified because of where he works. You need a cravat or whatever.
Well, he still seems more dignified than Mr. Payne.
Mr. Payne, I suppose custodial work could be dignified. No! That's Winston Payne. That's the prosecutor. That's the one I was just talking about that was tapping.
It's Mr. Portman's personal basketball hoop.
I can't believe he put something like this in the hallway of a prosecutor's office.
But you know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. I haven't gotten lost trying to get to your office since it's been here.
How long have I had the same office and yet you still managed to get lost? Okay. Okay, so we really wanted 1202. Okay. Oops. 1202, what did it say? 1202. These 4 numbers on a number plate alone proclaim this to be my office.
Whoops, hey, these numbers plates slip right out, sir.
They have to be able to take the plate off when the room becomes vacant, you know. Although, the idea that it can be so easily removed is kind of... Yeah, wait a minute. If that's the truth... Oops. Oh my god. Stop. Spacebar. I don't see any signs of forced entry. And according to the guard, no signs that this lock was picked either, sir. Oh, that was not you. Meaning the door really was opened with a key. Did you happen to ask if any prints were lifted from the doorknob?
Apparently, the doorknob's clean as a whistle. Wiped, they think.
Whoever this thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind. I did it again. Oh, no. Am I able to... I don't want to keep fucking this up. Open organizer is... Oh, God. Oh, no. Everything is space confirm. I'll just get used to it. It's fine. Okay. Maybe I'll try and click with the mouse more. Alright, a minimalist, it's sturdy, it's almost majestic.
The gumshoe would praise a door as something greater than himself.
Being a detective has its own rewards and a certain virtuous value, I think. If you live up to your full potential, there's a poignant trait that anyone can admire. Leo, hello! For what? For Twitch? It's not good. How are you? I never use mobile just anyway. But I extra don't now. Until this website dies suddenly, we'll just keep using it, I guess. Which is not going to be that far off, if I'm being honest with you. We'll just keep streaming here until they decide to pull the plug, I guess. Listen while I work. Hell yeah! I'm going to do all the voices.
That long pause wasn't exactly reassuring, sir.
Okay, so... I feel... do you have anything new to talk about? No. Okay, so now I probably can put some... Okay. Master key was stolen. Do these two things? Well, wait a minute. Well, that don't make much sense. It was gone from 1 to 2:30, but then she unlocked something at 1:30. Miss Bird, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story.
What? No way, pal. I mean, sir.
You said that you locked up Mr. Portman's office at around 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time.
Wow, nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro. I had totally forgotten all about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now. You're right. It was around that very time that I realized the master key was missing.
And?
Well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I? So I pretended to lock up his room, sir.
You pretended?
Yeah, I used my house key and made it look like I was locking up, sir.
So in actuality, you never did relock the door then?
Well, I thought that maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly.
Oh my god. But I bet you that it fucking is. Okay. Can I try the door? Oh, wait a minute. I can be deducing shit now. Okay. This game holds your hand a little bit less than usual Ace Attorney games. Alright, so it couldn't have been locked up. Eureka! There's a contradiction here between the reality and the evidence. If what Miss Bird has said is true, then why is this door locked tight?
Huh? You know, you're right.
Miss Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door? This game is on a strict no-touchies guide. Rose, hello. Is this a cop girl? Yeah, she's from the end of the first game. The special case, the extra case. Miss Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door?
I am certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portman noticed it himself that I hadn't.
Which means what, sir?
It either means that he actually does have a key to his office, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one.
She opened a different door, but how could you prove that?
There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is... we need to examine the prints on the number plate. The prints on the number plate. They will tell us all we need to know.
Everything? Really? Like what, sir?
Like... oh, what? What do you mean? That was incorrect. Oh, they made a joke about instant noodles.
Is that supposed to be a joke to cheer me up, Mr. Edgeworth?
Hydrate, you got it. Well, okay. The prints on the doorknob. I mean, I guess. The prints on the doorknob will tell us everything.
Hey, you, pal. Do us a favor and see what you can lift from this, okay? So, what did you find out?
There's no need for such belligerent nostril flaring, detective.
Sir, I have found only Mr. Portman and Mr. Faith's prints on this doorknob.
So only 2 people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive.
Huh? I'm lost, sir.
Thinking logically, a certain other person's print should be on this knob as well. Whose print should it be? It's Maggie Bird.
Take that!
Don't you find it odd that the prints of the person who unlocked this door are absent?
You mean?
Yes, the door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one. Yeah, baby! I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious, but they just slipped the... he must have drugged the door thing, the basketball hoop over, swapped the plates, and then, like, she just got tricked about it. What have we here? Whoa! I won't rest until I've expected every... Yeah. What is this?
Looks like a scrap of paper. I'll get it, sir. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it.
Have later games ever gone fully voiced acting? No. Because they're like really super long visual novels. If they were gonna do it, they would do it with the remakes, but I feel like that would honestly sort of be a bit of a kiss of death. Because people like to, you know, they have the hints when if they have like objection lines or whatever, but I think part of the charm of these is like getting to kind of put your own like flavor on the characters as you read them, you know what I mean? I feel like it's kind of like seeing Master Chief's face. Like it's like, okay, now you know, I guess there's a canon face, but like, is that better? Is that good? It's like that kind of thing. Oh my goodness. Crimes also follow Phoenix and Edgeworth around. That's true. They're just all over. They're just everywhere.
Let's see. There's something written on it.
It says, I brought the 3 pieces of evidence by, just like we talked about on the phone, but it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up to you later, buddy. Looks like a note from the victim.
Yeah, and it's from Mr. Portsman.
Note left by victim. Okay, basketball. Is this basketball property of Mr. Portsman?
Yes, sir. He's always ready for a match.
Basketball, soccer,
Dodgeball, tennis. It doesn't matter what sport it is. He's game. Although I think he'd be a little hard to play tennis with this ball.
Isn't that the point you should be that isn't the point you should be focusing on, detective.
You're right, sir. Now I know what I should be focusing on. Bad, Mr. Portsman. Someone should teach him to clean his toys up after he's done playing.
I think we've reached the end of this conversation. All right, also, you can kind of tell, but like, that doesn't look... This isn't where it once was. It got dragged, I told you.
What's this?
Gumshoe's my favorite character. Except Maya's my favorite character. Except Gina Lestrade's my favorite character. Except the goth girl is also my favorite character. It's tough. It's difficult.
What are you looking at, sir? Oh, hey, how about a game?
That's okay, detective. I just found the position of this hoop to be a little off.
Hey, you're right, sir. I guess it shifted when someone made a seriously sweet slam dunk.
The position of this hoop is definitely unnatural. I'd better make note of this. Investigation complete. Beep. Poking around in this hallway has actually paid off quite handsomely.
Huh? How so, sir?
In a variety of different ways. I think it's time we had a little chat with the real culprit of this case.
You know who the killer is? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth.
As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman.
What? Mr. Portsman?
I knew it. That guy, that's exactly what my logic senses were telling me, too. I suspected it was him from the instant he accused Maggie of being the killer, sir.
That is anything but logical. Lady and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock on truth's door.
Knock, knock, hello? What up? How you doing? Mr. Portsman, I finished processing the bloody letter, sir.
He's...
All right, let's take a gander at it. Pass it here. Woo! Okay, looking good. You there, take care of this.
Whoa!
Yeah, geez, Louise. Just throwing everything around.
Well, and if it isn't Detective Gumshoe.
End of the line for you, Portsman. We got you now.
Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. Is this some kind of joke?
It's no joke. We know, Mr. Jacques Portman, that you are the guilty party in this case.
You must be pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad, too. So I guess you can stay if you promise to stay out of our way.
You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job. I can see right through the unsightly paper-thin mask you wear on your cowl.
Ha! Who'd have ever thought it would come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case for 40 long years. But there was always this incessant chatter about forged evidence with that guy. Really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know.
Are you done trying to play mind games with me? Because they won't work. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours now is
well, you know. Just kidding. It's for explaining yourself. Although that too will only dig your hole deeper, and I'll dig your hole deeper. What? What? Oh, excuse me. Something. Who was that? Either way, your game is up.
Well, we're full of ourselves, even though you have yet to prove anything.
He's got the spikiest hair imaginable.
I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how, may I ask, do you propose I unlocked your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I got work to do, so we're done here.
Sorry, but we are not finished yet.
Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusations on something?
I'll show you what I'm basing my accusation on, with evidence.
Okay. Let's go, gamers. Let's go. Oi, oi. Alright, press.
Hold it!
Hold it!
My accusation is harebrained idea, is it?
You tell me, I'd say it was after all.
Oh.
There's a mountain of evidence.
Hold it.
Oh, and what, pray tell, kind of evidence are we talking about here?
Jim was my partner, so you can't say I had a motive for killing him.
And that's it? That's not even an anthill, let alone a mountain.
But it's more than enough, wouldn't you agree?
Might I recommend that you review what the word evidence means?
It doesn't change the fact that the evidence doesn't point to me as the killer.
It kinda does.
Besides, how, may I ask, do you propose I unlock the door?
Unfortunately, I believe I have already shown how earlier.
Your speculation be nothing, and I still insist that I could not gain access to your room.
What should I do now? Raise an objection. Your claim to have had no way to open my door, however, is that really the honest truth?
Haha, alright, I'll humor you. Go ahead, shoot.
Very well, then. I will propose that you use this to open my door.
It's the master key.
Ugh.
Present. Present? Present.
Take that.
Believe you able to open my office door with the master key.
Objection. Wait, hold on a sec. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know.
Precisely. You were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Well, maybe you did, but only to direct. That's right. You used your finger to direct this person to open my door with the key, Maggie Bird.
Wow.
Take that.
Amazing.
You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes?
Yeah, I kind of forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, you know.
But the room you had Miss Bird open at that time was not your own, was it?
What?
You have quite the imagination. But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we?
I'm certain it was Mr. Portman's door, sir. I checked the number plate to make sure I was opening the right door, sir.
See, Miss Bird backs up my story.
Yet, what if you had misled her to fool her into thinking what you wanted?
Ha! And how would you suppose I did that?
By switching the number plates on our doors, for example.
That's right, they do slide out pretty easily.
Furthermore, you then used one other thing to give a very strong impression, that the door she was opening was yours and not, in fact, mine. What was it that It was a basketball hoop. It was the hoop-de-doop-dee.
Take that!
Take it to the bank, the blood bank.
What? The basketball hoop, sir?
It's quite the peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building. Which is why it left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor.
Wah! That's very true, sir, because there was a basketball hoop sitting there. I thought the door I was opening had to be Mr. Portman's.
There are signs that the hoop had been moved.
Thank you, Saribot.
To sit in front of my office, to be sure.
I see. So that's how you throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture is a little off the racetrack.
Conjectures rebuttal.
Now you're just spouting nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me.
I do, it's not true, I do. So he intends to claim his innocence to the end, does he?
I'm as pure and innocent as my jacket. And Miss Bird is as dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears.
My jacket's not dirty, I'll have you know. I just washed it yesterday.
Please calm down, for I intend to show who is the one truly covered in slime here. Come on. Conjecture's rebuttal. Ooh, baby. Alright, I think we're just gonna press the last thing.
Hold it!
Hold it. I think I've given you quite a few.
Objection! But none of those would stand up on their own.
Then what about all the evidence?
Objection!
Oh my god.
It's all circumstantial. No judge would convict on such flimsy evidence.
He seems to be trembling a little. One more little push. All I have to do is oh. Okay, that wasn't it.
Hold it!
Nonsense, you say?
Yes, because I'm telling the truth here.
Oh. Okay. Sometimes they're real little. Using the master key, of course.
Sure, you have a problem with that.
Oh, shoot.
That is what the master key is for, right?
Perhaps we should place it in an elaborate labyrinth for some people like you. Is it this? You were in your room the entire time. Oh my god. Present.
Hold it!
Hold it. Phoenix, hello. How are you? And what were you doing in your office?
I was doing my usual training regimen.
Training regimen? Were you going through your law books from start to finish?
Mainly battling practice and some weights.
Or batting?
Batting practice and some weights. Oh, and I jog when I get the chance.
Wow, you must be the buffest prosecutor we have.
With the weakest legal muscles, it would seem.
I was doing my usual workout, so...
Oh. Well, okay. Oh, excuse me. So, I think the letter is... I was in my room the whole time. He didn't look at this. He didn't look at his own shit.
Objection!
Yeah, okay, dope.
Doot, doot, doot.
That was a lie.
What are you talking about? How was that a lie?
Oh, the bot got banned. The bot got immediately banned. Do you not see that? It happened. Yeah. Saribot took care of it instantly, is what happened. If you see something different, that's crazy, because it's crossed out for me. I can't see who you ban. Oh. Did they not get timed out? Oh, interesting. I don't know what that looks like. Good bot! Saribot responded! I didn't know you could do that, Hyper Metallics! That's so fun. What the fuck? I had no idea it did that. I gotta remember. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my gosh. I gotta remember that. Dad joke. It does so many things. I didn't know it did so many things. Why couldn't the kids see the pirate movie? Because it was rated R. That's so fun. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyways. Thank you, Saribot. What a good bot. This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman.
A note?
It was left under your door. Did you not notice? And right here it says, but you're out.
Uh-oh.
You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then, where were you and what were you doing? Ah! Shall I explain it in full detail for you? You were busy snooping around in my room, the very room you had Miss Bird open for you.
Objection! That's just nonsense. You have no evidence that I made the girl open your door for me.
Oh, but I do. I have a very decisive evidence.
No way!
This is proof positive that you had Miss Bird open the door for you. Oh, yeah.
Take that!
I had your door dusted for prints.
My door? Ha! What for? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure are good at wasting time.
You're right. I didn't find anything, and definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints.
Her prints? What do they have to do with anything?
Let's put it this way. If she really was the one who opened your door, then her prints should naturally be on the doorknob she touched.
Gak!
Further, all the prints in my office's doorknob have been wiped clean off. I can only assume it's because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it. Don't you think it's time you gave up your charade? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me. And Detective Faith found you out. Possibly because he heard some sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him. And I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said when you had the gun to my back. No one gets away with committing murder in my office. Boo, 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 boo. Just what's so funny, pal?
Well, that look of stiff seriousness on the face of this office's finest prosecutor, as he makes a huge mistake in accusing me, is simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else like it in the world.
What?
Mr. Edgeworth just explained it all, and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already.
And as I said earlier, it's all so circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints? Well, I can readily confess that I had wiped that knob down well. I'm a little obsessive-compulsive, you see. I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched. Which is why I wiped the knob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my own prints would be on there.
You made that up just now, didn't you?
Furthermore, as for the note Jim left me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like early evening, for example.
Are you saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway?
Hey, even geniuses fail at times. I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse.
Now that's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size.
Ah, but you can't prove that, can you?
Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here, sir.
Yeah, Portsman makes a good point. I can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it.
Besides, I have an airtight alibi.
Airtight, you say?
I only just realized I had one as we were talking. I guess it would have been better for all of us if I had told you sooner.
Give me that alibi, baby.
If memory serves, you came back to this office at around 2 a.m., correct?
How do you know that? How would you know that?
And it was then that you had the unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. But that exact time I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around, I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi.
That's crazy. Do you really think it's that perfect?
Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself.
Detective Gumshoe. Sir, yes, sir. I'll go check that out his alibi, sir. Be right back. 1 minute later. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, I think we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Portsman said. These guys down there in criminal affairs said they saw him around 2 a.m.
You see?
All of the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere. Let's press his shit, baby. Oh, shit.
Hold it.
You are correct. It was around 2 a.m.
Are you sure? It's really important to me that you're spot on with the time.
I remember checking my watch then, and make no mistake, it was 2.
Oh, give a testimony like a pro. Okay, so you came back to your office at 2. And it was then that you had the unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. Hold it.
It was as you say. However...
Yes, however, you are the only one who claims to have bumped into the culprit. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me who you saw?
It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see.
Objection! Oh, come now. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, can't you?
Beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprit. But exactly what time? I was down in criminal affairs.
So you paid the criminal affairs department a visit?
Yup, right after I left the prosecutor's building, headed straight for the precinct. Ask around, I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. Hold it.
Well, we did go around and ask to confirm your testimony.
And it was just as I said, right?
Yes, sir. A number of detectives said they saw you at around that time.
See, I have the perfect alibi. That's the ace I had up my sleeve.
Impossible. He actually does have the perfect alibi.
What's wrong? Why the sudden sullen look on your face?
Can't you say anything back, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think we've reached the end of the line. It's time to get off this crazy train. You there!
Sir.
Please escort the young lady out. But remember, be gentle.
Maggie!
Detective Gumshoe.
What's happening? Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn the situation around. If I only had a clue, did I miss something that can help me cast doubt on his alibi?
The intruder I met could not have been Portsman, then who could it have been? I need to calmly think this through one more time with logic. Yeah, I think maybe it was the victim. But like he wasn't actually dead yet. There were 2 bullets left at the scene of the crime. One that robbed Mr. Faith of his life, and one that nearly robbed me of my jacket. However, the murder weapon only shows signs of being fired once, meaning that it is entirely possible that a second gun was used in my office tonight. But seeing as how the killer had to steal Mr. Faith's gun, I doubt the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been the property of an entirely different person, which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office tonight. What the hell? That's why they got looked at twice. The files. Supposing there was yet another visitor tonight, that would also resolve the issue of why my shelves were upended twice. We know that the shelves were disturbed once before and after the murder, so it shouldn't be much of a stretch to think that it has to be the work of 2 different people. Once by the person who stole the victim's gun and then killed him with it, and once again after the murder by our second culprit, who was the owner of the second gun. If we suppose that the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back. Whoa, he did it! He did the thing! Mr. Portman, it seems I need to amend my assumptions regarding this case.
Great, so you finally come to your senses.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Sir, what are you saying?
This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer, but that may not be the case.
What do you mean?
The person I ran into was just your average thief.
A thief? But, sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in the facts?
Not at all. It simply means that the killer was someone else. And it means that in actuality, 2 culprits stole into my office tonight.
What do you mean, 2?
It explains both by why my shelves were disturbed twice and how there were 2 guns. Mr. Portsman tricked Miss Bird and gained entry into my office.
Objection!
Now you're just leading the argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know.
If you could please go along with my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portsman. In the end, if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about.
Grr.
Man, I've changed my mind. The music isn't loud enough. Yeah. There we go. That's better. We need it. It's important. It's part of it. But if it's actually too loud, let me know. Now then, returning to my scenario, Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me, which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This was the first time.
So then this would be when the files were put back in the wrong order then?
Correct. And then, just when he was about to look somewhere else, who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith?
Well, why did Mr. Faith come into your room, sir?
He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when he noticed sounds coming from my office would be my guess.
Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right?
And he must have thought it was odd, so he came into this office to check it out.
Correct, and as a detective, that was the right thing to do. But when he came in, he found his own partner standing there. Because it was Mr. Portsman, Mr. Faith probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful as to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance and stole Mr. Faith's gun from him, and then... kablam. Blam. Kablam. He killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith for catching him in the act of stealing.
Go! Whoa!
That was the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he had also left the fake dying message behind.
You're such a complicated troublemaker, you know that?
Well, if things were as simple as that, then all would be solved. However, there was yet another visitor to my room, and this is where it gets complicated.
There was another?
Visitor, sir.
Yes, and this other person's objective was also to steal something from me. Now then, even after Mr. Portsman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so they stole the master key from the security guard's room, and then entered my room and searched through my shelves. This was the second time they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize.
Stolen zero file, right, sir?
Correct, only just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter.
So the shelves getting messed up twice in the 2 bullets. It was all because 2 different people were doing those things at 2 different times.
Precisely. So now do you see, Mr. Portsman? The person I met was just a thief and not, in fact, Mr. Faith's killer. This shit's getting spicy, babies. Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran into the other person is now irrelevant, because we now know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit.
Objection!
Oh! I searched for a lighter on Amazon, but all I could find were 6,000 matches. That's a lot of matches. You can get a lot of lighters on Amazon. I've checked. Ha 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 ha.
What's so funny, pal?
Another bot. Everybody say good bot. Everybody spam good bot. And then say to make Saribot happy.
Absolutely splendid! Your scenario explains everything!
Of course it does. It's Mr. Edgeworth, after all.
But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. But there is still one defining point in your argument for which you have no evidence. Your supposition that I was the first visitor.
Grr. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't let him get away with that, sir.
But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof at this point.
Don't say that, sir.
I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must.
You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. If the person you met really wasn't a plain old thief, then why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct.
Well, because of the books. Right?
That thief you ran into should be your real suspect, wouldn't you say? We should be out here looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. I hate to repeat myself, but as I've already said, I was training in my room. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at criminal affairs. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left.
So many things to clean from camping. How many things? What kind of things need cleaning? I'm not a big camp or a big camp beau, so I don't know. So you think we should be out there looking for the thief?
Of course, now isn't the time to be having these dead-end discussions.
I don't think it's all that dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it. Let's push him. Let's push him, baby.
Hold it!
Hold it. Actually, no, I wouldn't. Your body missed the stairs so much you slipped down them in the basement. No! How awful. I'm sorry, Mama.
Why not?
That's elementary. The dying message, of course. Mr. Faith's killer was very clearly left those letters on the spines of those files. And it was after they were on there that the thief stole one of them.
You mean the zero files, right?
And that's how we all know the letters themselves were a setup and not from Mr. Faith. If the thief was the killer, do you think they would try to undermine themselves? I'm popular today from the bots, yeah. I'm a popular bot magnet.
Yeah, maybe the killer just didn't think of that either. Yes, that must be it. Maybe, just maybe.
Should be out there. Oh my god.
Hold it!
Hold it! Once escaped, I highly doubt a thief would linger nearby.
Well, you never know. Maybe they didn't get what they were really after.
Oh, you talk like you know quite a bit about this thief.
Ah, it's nothing like that. I have no idea about anything after all. I hate to repeat... Oh my god, I hate to repeat myself, but I was driving in my room.
Hold it. But according to Mr. Faith's note...
Hold on, I thought we already cleared that up. Didn't we say that Jim left that note for me in the early evening? If you have proof that he left it at a different time, say just before his murder.
I don't have any note.
You see? So I insist again that I was in my office
The entire time.
and when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down a criminal offense.
Why didn't you go there with Mr. Faith?
Oh, that's because he said he was tired and was going to take a quick nap. You know those sofas in the hallway? He likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits.
The running jokes. They're like about nothing funny. They love doing this all the time. But what of the evidence he brought?
They were things related to yesterday's case. Just 2 items, a gun and a pendant.
Interesting. This piece of testimony seems too crucial to let slip through the cracks. He brought me 2 items, a gun and a pendant that are related to yesterday's case. A gun and a pendant?
Yes, this gun, which was the murder weapon, and this pendant, which belonged to the victim.
It's a little pony. And why were you taking them to criminal affairs?
There was something in a past case file I wanted to compare these two. But this has nothing to do with this case right now. Anyway, I believe you'll find the long paper trail I left to be to your satisfaction.
This is all matching up with what Detective Gumshoe found out.
So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left.
I can't expect you to know, can I?
Nope, but I guess you can expect me to take a guess based on logical deductions.
Oh, then let's see you deduce. Jim
waited for me to leave and then stole the master key. For the purpose of sneaking into your room, of course. And that's when Miss Bird caught him red-handed and the murder occurred. It's all exactly as I laid out earlier.
I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. Just have to find out a way to prove it. Okay. Gosh, I'm not like tired actually, but okay. So what do we got? I think a gun and a pendant. Present the gun.
Objection!
Nope. That's wrong. Yeah, these people need to invest in security cameras. That's a good... Okay. Alright. But we added this. He brought me 2 items. Okay, but he didn't go into it. How do you know that?
Objection!
There we go. Okay. Only 2 pieces. Oh, wait. Yeah, the letter itself had something, right? I didn't read the letter, but... Yeah, the 3 pieces. Oh, my God. Okay. Only 2 pieces. I believe the proper phrase here is, you fail.
Excuse me?
Yeah, hell yeah, Rose. You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Portsman, as you intend to keep evidence hidden from me.
What are you talking about? I haven't hidden anything.
You are smart, Rose. Well, here's a piece I think you should read carefully.
It says that Mr. Faith was bringing 3 pieces.
Yes, and this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman.
Hey, I can't believe to get tripped up by simple arithmetic.
Where is the missing piece of evidence?
It's...
You have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face. Detective Gumshoe.
You don't have to say it, sir. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe.
It's in the safe. It's definitely in the safe.
He's punching him.
Well, don't get any closer. I'm warning you.
This is part of the investigation, pal, so don't even think about stopping me.
Man, he laid into that pal. No! Surprise, bitch, the mouth don't lie. Boo, 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 boo.
Hey, what's this?
Oh, he did have it. No, he didn't.
He had this on him, sir.
Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide. But why would he hide something like that? There's only one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber. Because it would unequivocally point to that person himself as the real killer.
No. No.
Let's examine the videotape in a little more detail. For the section of the tape that will drive the last nail into this coffin. The KG6 incident. That's a police case number, sir. Does that mean this video is evidence from that case? Interesting. However, what's recorded on this isn't what's important right now. Let's give the casing a thorough once-over. Oh! There it is. Oh, that's blood, isn't it? Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. This blood is still fresh. You mean this might be Detective Faith's blood?
No, you got it all wrong.
No amount of denial can save you. We have but to run a blood test to find the truth.
Well,
You told us that you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you will tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way into this video.
yeah, it's totally suspicious.
Was it at the moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his personage when you killed him?
You know very well there's no way to prove that.
Not even if we were to examine this tape for fingerprints.
Go!
If I had to take a guess, I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murderous you and Mr. Faith.
No, impossible!
He ate the metal.
Well,
Come on, stop. And then he died. He murdered himself. 5:47 a.m. We solved this crime in like 3 hours. Mr. Portsmouth has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Faith, sir. Very good. And the results we got back from the lab techs on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir.
it was a chocolate coin.
I think his true passion should have been acting. Acting! It was definitely Mr. Faith's blood on the tape. And as a bonus, they were able to lift a few of Mr. Faith's fingerprints as well.
Thank you very much, Mr. Edgeworth. You still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. I am impressed beyond words, sir.
It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office. Please accept my apologies.
It was nothing, really. Compared to what I've been through, I mean. I consider myself lucky that it was only a burglary and a murder this time, sir. If it had been a holdup or a hostage situation, I would have thrown my hands up in the air. But I think I'm finally rising up from a goddess of misfortune to just an unlucky person.
All right, Maggie, calm down. Something tells me we should have hired a different person for security detail. You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsmouth is really was one corrupt prosecutor. And why would you say he was corrupt? Well, I heard that there was a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he uses is forged, sir. Forged evidence, huh? And they say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons.
Oh, that guy was a complete disgrace to the entire profession.
We never did get around to asking what his reason was for breaking into my office. Yeah, whenever we got near that topic, he just clammed up. Although we can be pretty certain it was to steal something. This is just between you and me, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization is involved behind the scenes. Oh, well. I like how the flowers also have a cravat. You're right, oh my god. I didn't notice that. With Mr. Portsmouth not willing to divulge anything, it certainly leaves credence to that rumor. It would seem that we haven't heard the last of this. Oh, then Mr. Portsmouth isn't the bad guy. I didn't say that, but rather there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still haven't figured out the significance to this piece of evidence. Right?
Take that!
The person who stole this file, the other villain of the night. Yeah, I guess I wonder who it was. And what happened to the stolen pages? I wonder, who in the world was it that held me up at gunpoint?
Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
Yes?
I came across this while I was processing your office earlier, sir.
This card. What is it, sir? Is that a bird or something on there? It's not just any bird. This is the mark of the raven. The three-legged raven. Alright, Game of Thrones, calm down. Even you should know what this is, detective.
Oh, it's about that thing, isn't it? The great thief everyone's talking about.
Yes, it is the mark of the great thief Yatagarasu.
Under the mark of a legendary bird, the Yatagarasu is noble to the end, a modern Robin Hood. Ha ha! Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appears and vanishes at will. Though we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. The theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once a target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is sent forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent to the mass media, along with a single card. Although it has been a while since the Yatagarasu's last appearance. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, look, something's written on the back.
What? Let me see.
It's a location of where the thief put the stolen files. But it's in ruins for some reason.
So the person who stole the contents of this file was the Yatagarasu. Wasn't this based on a real thief? I don't know.
Yatagarasu organization, quite a few key words are popping up in this mystery. The murder in my office. The return of the great thief, Yatagarasu.
Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming, for they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago. Blah, 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 blah. Yo, Gabba Gabba. Save your progress. Oh my goodness. Well, that rules, y'all. I gotta tell you, we might get back to the olden days when if I finish a case or I get to the end of a chapter and we're like kind of early, that might be where we call it, just for memory's sake. I think that it makes every stream a little stronger when we can start on a good note, if at all possible. So I think with that in mind, we're gonna end it here. I know it's quite early, but I'm also kind of hungry, I'll be honest with you. Let's put on... Oh, not this. That's too peaceful. That's too peaceful. There we go. There we go. Hell yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you all. Let's go back over here. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me for day 1 of Miles Edgeworth Investigation Boy. Thank you for the smiles and silly times. Hell yeah. Yeah, you're welcome, G-Mama. I'm glad that you were able to drop in. Hugs! Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll start the second case. I believe it takes place on an airplane, I think, if memory serves. And it's got some sort of Capcom-coded women in it, if you know what I mean. So if that's something that excites you, then come back tomorrow. We'll be here. I'm not positive that's what's next. I'm only pretty sure. But I love you all. 2 pieces. We're going to find somebody to raid. Are there snakes on that plane? If so, they are, in fact, the murderers. But in the meantime, I have a few links I would like to share with you. If you only click on one link this holiday season, make it the link to Cozy Cat Girl and my YouTube channel. It's the best. I love it to pieces. I'm having a lot of fun making the videos in it. It's just a beautiful time. It's just all so good. Who should we raid this person? Yeah, let's raid them. I feel like I haven't raided them in quite some time. They're playing The Sims. Voxney. Additionally, if you do click on other links, we got those ones down there. I would love it if you would check those out. We got my card, the Discord link, which is a lovely place full of beautiful people. A card to get to all of my socials, and a YouTube link to get to all of my YouTubes. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Same action time, same action station. If you're a subscriber, you can copy and paste a raid message. Hey, thank you, Sharky, for hanging out and stopping, coming in. It's big preach. Big preach, y'all. I love doing all the voices. It's so much fun. I miss doing... I haven't played a game like this in a minute, but man, I love doing them. Because we can just vibe and go for it and just have silly action fun times. All right, we're going to be real cool to Voxney. I love you all to pieces. In 22 hours, I'll be back at it with more. I love you. Have a good Wednesday. Bye, 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 bye. Boo!